What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Objective Media. We're dedicated to bringing you unbiased news and objective facts each and every day. There's a new channel I just launched. I'm trying to, because you watch the news, there's really no unbiased news out there. It's all just like manipulated. They're trying to give you their message, whoa, you know, and it's like all anti-Trump. And I just want to bring you guys unbiased news and objective facts so that you guys know what's going on in the world and you aren't bombarded with liberal media or right-wing media. You should have access to unbiased news. The fly. You should have access to unbiased news and then be able to form your opinions based around that, right? And I think that's really important. But anyway, the Senate has made an odd call as they're trying to work on healthcare. Now, we've spoken in the last couple of days on the show that the two most important things for the senators to do and for the Republicans to do if they want to keep their majority in 2018, taxes and healthcare, right? We've talked about that a lot, and this is a continuation of that because the Senate has now decided to delay its recess so it can start getting some things done. GOP Majority Leader Senator Mitch McConnell said it has canceled half of the Senate's traditional August recess, citing Democrats' efforts to stall and block the GOP priorities. Quote, in order to provide more time to complete action on important legislative items and process nominees that have been stalled by lack of cooperation from our friends across the aisle, the Senate will delay the start of the August recess until the third week in August, McConnell said in a July 11th statement, which was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. McConnell's statement, blah, blah, blah. The Senate will now be able to vote on annual defense bill and approve the White House nominees. Once the Senate completes its work on healthcare reform, we will turn to other important issues, including the National Defense Authorization Act and the backlog of critical nominees that have been mindlessly stalled by Democrats, which is true. I mean, Donald Trump is having a very, very hard time getting his nominees through the Senate. I mean, you've got, and this is typical of both parties. Whichever party is in office, the other party does, or the presidency, the other party, whether the majority or the minority, does their best to try and stop progress as much as they can. And that's what they're doing with Donald Trump. They're trying to stall, the Democrats are. They're trying to stall the nominees so they can't get into place, which, again, this isn't like unusual. This isn't evil Democrats. I can't believe they're doing this. This is typical of either party. 10 GOP senators requested to cancel the recess. So McConnell said, okay, well, how about we cut it, you know, part of it off, and then we do that, and that seemed to work pretty well. The Senate usually only works for a few days each week and also breaks for periodic recesses to ensure the senators can frequently return to their districts or distant states. But the 2017 calendar is packed with President Donald Trump's legislative priorities, including tax and healthcare reform, plus 200 White House nominees who need Senate approval. 200. It's a massive number. Mike Lee from Utah, we have an enormous amount of work to do. It just doesn't make any sense for us to take the month of August off. We have to be prepared to work long hours and certainly not just in the August recess, he said. So he's actually proposing that they work weekends as well. But this is a call by the Republicans. It's showing that they really are committed to getting this stuff done because yesterday on the show, we talked about how if we want to get healthcare passed or if we want to get tax reform working, which our next story, by the way, 4:30 p.m. Central Time coming out, we're going to talk about some of the issues in Trump's tax plan and what he needs to fix. I think you guys are really going to enjoy that video. But we were talking yesterday, if he wants to get tax reform through, one of the main things he needs to do, and the Senate and the Republicans need to do, is start with healthcare, right? You need to get healthcare through, then move over to that. We actually have the 3 obstacles in the way of tax reform. So if you want to check that out, you can watch yesterday's video. But anyway, that is it for today's video. We will have another video coming for you guys at 4:30 p.m. Central Time. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will catch up with you guys next time. Bye-bye.